What's up guys, John here from the Killer Bits, and today we are all at sea as we join Burly Men at Sea. This is it's something a bit different. I've not actually tested this yet because from what I've heard and what I've seen in the emails and things like that, it's very much an interactive story, so I figured I'd go into this one blind. It's developed by Brain&Brain, which are indie developers, and I think we just need to dive in and see what's going on. So I believe we just stretch this. There we go. And I presume we click on that. Okay. And from what I've heard, this is supposed to be kind of a quite relaxing experience, an interactive story of sorts. Ho, what's this? Calls one fisherman. Some kind of rubbish in the nets. Treasure map. Useless sea chart, grumbles the hasty one. Nothing on it but our island. A map casts the sea without purpose. Must be more to it, argues the steady one. So we basically see the story from the perspective of the three brothers. The brave one brightens. A mystery, aye. Folks in the village may know something of it. We should head back. Now, I don't know much about Brain&Brain, but I mean, it almost strikes me as something kind of Scandinavian about this. So I believe we just drag the circle and we can go to different places. We're zooming in on this house, so I presume we can go in. If we click, yep. It's literally somebody going chink, chink, chink. Let's click on it. The man glances up at their approach, then returns to his work with a grunt. Mind if we interrupt for a moment, shouts Steadybeard. See, we caught something strange this morning and we thought you might know something of it. It's mysterious, adds Bravebeard. There's a brief pause. The man stops hammering. He grunts. They wait. It appears he has nothing further to add. Okay, so this was a waste of time. So it's very much an interactive story. From what I've read, it's supposed to be kind of choose your own adventure kind of style. The email I received with the code said a playthrough is about 30 to 45 minutes, but what I've seen of reviews saying there's probably about 2 to 3 hours gameplay, so I'm presuming there's kind of multiple choices, multiple endings. So what's it? The bakers. It's literally somebody go. Well, if it isn't the brother's beard, what can I do for you fellas? Steadybeard prepares to speak, but the question is intercepted by Hastybeard. Know anything about maps? We found one. Aye, and no ordinary one, exclaims Bravebeard. It's mysterious. Almost strikes me as if the brothers' beard should be kind of Monty Python characters. So they're actually women underneath those beards. Are there any women here? No. The loaf-shaped woman continues working silently for a moment, then pauses to look up. Mystery, is it? Afraid I'm not the imaginative type, boys. We're old friends, and Audrey and I. She includes returning to her work. Okay. So, for it being multiple choice, it seems we're being directed towards one particular building. It's probably going to be at the end of the pier here. It's like a big barn, in fact. Should we go into the building, or should we talk to the flute player? We're going to talk to him. Woodcutter? A sea chart, eh? The young man shrugs. can't say I know much about them with these landlocked legs of mine. Old fella next door in the coffee shop might have answers. So, this doesn't look like a coffee shop. This looks like it's a smoking house for kippers, in fact. Let's have a look inside. Oh, it is just a barn, okay. Can we talk to the cow? Oh, we can talk to the cow. Braidbeard sidles over to the chewing cow. You wouldn't know anything about mysterious maps, would you, old girl? He pretends not to wait for an answer. There's something very endearing about this. This is almost play along with your kids type one. So, like I said, we are being directed towards the last building. So this is the coffee shop then. What noise is he making? Come on, say something. Ah, I was expecting a vocal. You'll be wanting a drink and a seat by the fire, I expect. The men cast a dubious glance at the tiny stools before oh, there we go! Complying with a shrug. Behind them proceeds a friendly whir of mechanical sounds. Oh, there is something very endearing about this. The old man soon approaches with steaming tray. Single original espresso. Roast it myself, he declares. They stare blankly. He sighs. Coffee! Relaxing, the men sip cautiously, eyes wide. Now, what have you found? He chuckles at their stunned faces. Observations, that's all, folks. Come in here with questions. Yours is plainly rolled in your hand. Steadybeard grins. Aye, then you are the man we want to see. He unrolls the parchment between them and all lean in. The old man deliberates for a moment before speaking. Seems what we have here is the variety of map that brings about adventurous deeds and heroic feats. Aye! Bravebeard leaps from his seat to pound Steadybeard on the back. But there's nothing on it, he remarks, Hastybeard flatly eyeing the old man. The old man grins at his sceptical look. Aye, it's worthwhile adventure that begins with the unknown. This map here has tales yet to tell. He turns to walk away. Oh there! What sort of tales? Calls Bravebeard. That depends, replies old man. On what sort you choose. He crosses the room, disappearing through a doorway behind the counter. Steadybeard coughs awkwardly. Neat, guess we'll be going then. Thanks for the suppresso. He tries. There's no answer. So, that one must be, was it Steadybeard? I'm confused. They're brothers, whatever. We're going to determine who's which beard. So I presume we go back to our ship. Can we talk to the flute player now? Musician nods but continues to play, happily shirking the morning's chores. I think we just go back to the boat, don't we? Okay. Let's head to the ship. Yep, there we go. Oh, this is all very pleasant. Sea rats, remarks Hastybeard, squinting. What do you reckon they're after? Steadybeard frowns. I don't like it. Has the feel of mischief about it. I should really come up with different voices for them, but I'm going to get lost else. Mischief away, grins Bravebeard, loosing the sails. Whoa, Moby Dick. It's dark inside the whale, but the men appear to be intact. A flickering ring of firelight cuts into the darkness before them. Let's talk to this one. Join us, friends. From whence do you come? Asked one of the nymphs. We were sailing for adventure and heroic feats when this colossal whale fella scooped us up, explained Steadybeard. It's really very discouraging. A man can't properly have an adventure at sea indoors, adds Bravebeard. Be calm, friend. Imagine the wave. Become the wave, advises the second nymph. The others exchange mellow glances, nodding approval. Can't say I follow the sentiment in that remark, comments Hastybeard. But if you'll advise us how to hop off this vessel, we'll be on our way. The great barnacled one brings us to a place we could not go ourselves. But those unwilling may depart through the fountain of the faithless, adds the nymph, gesturing sadly towards what appears to be a hatch. And our ship? She can't fit through that. Fear not. Once the great barnacled one reaches the place of promise, he will open the wide gate that all may go out as they came in. So either we escape with no ship or wait for the creature to open its maw. The nymphs nod grandly. Time flows quickly in contemplation of the Great One's splendour. He who chooses the path of waiting is welcome here by the fire. So is this our first proper choice then? Bravebeard's face shows alarm. I think we'd prefer to look around first. The nymphs begin to sway, but all is darkness beyond the circle of Great One's love. You must first seek enlightenment of... Found it! Interrupts Hastybeard, grabbing a torch from the fire before them. I like Hastybeard. Okay, let's go and have a wander this way. So there's our ship. What's this? Can we click on it? That's the hatch then. Oh no, is it the hatch? That's the tonsils. Can we hit the tonsils? That'll be our exit, observes Hastybeard eagerly. Give her a tug. But we aren't properly floated, contends the nervous Steadybeard. We can't go about tossing ourselves overboard without certain assurances. Rubbish, grumps Bravebeard. Give me water and I'll teach it to carry me. So we could go back, or we can tug. I'm going to see what else there is. So let's go back. I want to see if we can get anything from the boat. Can we go for this? Here's our flotation devices. A few barrels left empty in the morning's interrupted work now float free beside the boat. The men considered them in the torchlight. If I were a puzzle-solving sort, observes Hastybeard, I'd call that a solution. Aye, they'll float, nods Steadybeard, but not so well as our ship. Bravebeard scoffs. What are we, landsmen? Arms and legs float well enough. I want to check the boat. What can we do with the boat? No, we can't do anything with the boat. Is there anything to the right of the nymphs? No. Okay, well, we're busting out this joint. We'll use the barrels. So I'm guessing there's kind of two major branching paths then. Going it alone or waiting with the boat. So let's take the barrels. There we go. Let's head out. Go give the tonsils a tug. I just like how they've done the sound design and just using people's voices. Hastybeard is fiery with excitement. Southern that fountain, let's be off. Bravebeard grumbles eloquently from his barrel. Steadybeard looks weird. Weird? Looks worried. Well, they all kind of look weird in the barrels. Oh, there's something altogether charming about this. Oh, we can float this way then. I suppose we should go left, but right is always the way in games, so we can see islands back there. Can we interact with them? Oh, we can. Tiring, the barrel-cloth men settle back to drift with the current. May as well see where this takes us, observed Steadybeard bleakly. Time passes. Bravebeard begins to snore raucously from behind. Time passes. Oh, we're approaching an island. Ship ahead! The shout wakens Bravebeard, who eagerly overturns his barrel, resurfacing for a moment later to cough. It begins! Oh, it's the ferryman. What the devilry? Exclaims Hastybeard. The grim cloaked figure clears his throat as he approaches. Greetings, please climb aboard for your complimentary trip to the afterlife. Well, replies Steadybeard, thank you, but we'd prefer the long way. There's a long silence. The figure is masked, but the men feel distinctly that he is sulking. At last he heaves a dissolute sigh. Then you do not willingly forfeit your souls, he pleads. It is quite painless, and I would at last be promoted from this apprentice-issue rowboat. Another silence follows. Then he continues despairingly even, there must be a race. At this, Hastybeard cheers significantly. Maybe you would be so kind as to lose. No, of course not, he sighs again deeply. We race through the cliffs of despair, he explains mournfully. If the three of you pass me at any point, I lose. If I take the lead, however unlikely, I don't lose. Meaning you win. I've not thought of it that way, but I suppose that would be the case, yes. Without waiting to confer, Hastybeard sets off paddling furiously. Do I have any control over this? No, it's just animated. No, I can only stop them, I suppose. I could stop and let him win. I suppose that's what it's encouraging me to do. Go on then. Go on then. The sounds, the music changed slightly. Gliding to a stop, the cloaked figure turns sullenly to face them. What a surprise! How unexpected! Who could have guessed? Shouldn't you be a bit more chipper, having won on all, prods Bravebeard. You might think so, replies the creature, but now I will be given a promotion. And a new boat, adds Bravebeard. The creature heaves a final desolate sigh. Exactly. Unable to follow this logic, the men discontinue their conversation and clamber dutifully aboard. Hastybeard sits at the back, sulking. They are soon asleep. The sun is setting when they later awake. Their captor is finishing what appears to have been a long, dull story as they approach the caravan of a stony island. Caravan? Cavern. Where are we? Asked Hastybeard, forgetting to cross. Is it this the afterlife? The cloaked figure snorts. One does not simply sail into the afterlife. This, he continues unhappily, is a cave I have found. It's probably not a very good cave. It does seem to be a cave, agrees Steadybeard, but what is it for? It is for you to wait in while I fetch my supervisor, though I expect he will revoke my license and sentence me to exile, he adds in a characteristic sigh. Shrugging, the men climb out. Hasty Beard salutes the sad figure paddling away. So I can't go that way. I can go this way though. Always right. There's something in the cave. He sealed us in. The slimy barnacle rages Bravebeard into the darkness. Struggling futilely at the door, the men fail at first to notice a strange blue orb that materialised in the darkness behind them. Is it a wisp or something? Oh, it's following us. Choice of doors. Halting before two tunnels, Bravebeard breaks the silence. Well, which is it? Best wait to see what our wee guide have to say about it, advises Steadybeard, stroking his beard sagely. They have yet to steer us wrong. Yet, growls Hastybeard. So is he referencing me there? Well, I didn't really pick the left one, but it seemed to default to that when I... let's just keep going. Well, we can't go off the edge of a cliff. Or can we? Hope you don't mind getting your beards wet, grins Hastybeard, as they peer over the edge of the fathomless water below. The orb leads on, out through the cavern's deep tunnels and beyond the island, when finally the last fades no more appear. Panicking, the men swim frantically towards what they hope is the surface. I wonder how many different playthroughs then there really is of this. Oh, we're back in control, are we? No? That wasn't the way. No, no control. No, this isn't Star Wall. Jellyfish. Come on, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. I know it's an interactive story, but it'd be nice to have more interaction on those longer cutscenes. Well met, brave travellers. The voice is deep and musical. I'm clicking, nothing's happening. Oh, there we go. Some sort of sea spirit? Hello, stammers Bravebeard, awed. The absurdity of underwater speech only adds to the wonder apparent on his face. You've seen much this day, she continues, smiling. The men nod unnecessarily. Yet you have not seen all, she peers at each of them. Other paths lie untrodden behind you. If it is in your hearts to seek these paths, another day awaits. Hastybeard clears his throat nervously. Pardon my interruption, ma'am, but we've no longer any vessel with which to seek them. Lost at sea she was. The silvery laugh ripples the water around them. You have travelled far without her, have you not? But do not be troubled. That which is lost may yet be found. May we meet again at the end of another path. Inclining her glimmering head in farewell, the creature slips silently away into the darkness. So I'm presuming that's kind of the end of one kind of playthrough, chapter, story, whatever. In the quiet that follows, the men find themselves still sinking. Are we going to place the map at the bottom of the sea again? Oh no, we still got control. Okay, can we go right? No, we can't go right. We're being sent left. We can't go left, we're being sent right. Oh, it's been a long day. I'm intrigued to find out what's going on. Well, it's all going white now, so... We approaching the afterlife? Oh no, we're going to surface. We find some mysterious island? Is there a button we have to push every 40 minutes or something? Oh, we can go. Oh, can we go left now? What are those things? I want to look at those things. Come on. Oh, it's little toucans. Little puffins. Can we interact with them? No. A moose? Can we interact with that? No. It just moves at us. No, come on. I want to go see what the house is. Come on. And we're back in the coffee shop. Thought you'd find your way to that door. Eventually the old man greets them. The familiar has a way of making itself new when you look at it sideways. Never seen that part of the island before, I bet. The men shake their head. Still have the map? He questions. Steadybeard nods silently, passing it to him. Okay, so the different encounters. So we've got the whale, we've got the ferryman, we've got the underwater sea monster god thing. What was the fire? I presume that was the cave? Okay. I see you managed to find those adventurous deeds. And did you meet her? Aye, Bravebeard is the first of the brothers to speak. Magnificent she was. Like the shore of old tales. But she told us we've more to see. Aye, it'll be there when you're ready to go for another go. The old man gestures to the books. Those shelves are full of tales like yours, and all with paths left untrod. There's a twinkle in his eye. I even contributed a few in my time. You see, he continues, what's left unwritten in one of the story can fill others, if ye've the inclination to sail again. Have another look at that shelf. Burly Men at Sea, Steadybeard reads aloud. Not a bad title, but what's all this numerical business on the spine? And how did he gives them a sly look. There's another mystery if you've curiosity for it. Does that shelf look like there's several, at least, 8, 9, 10 books worth? One last thing, continues the old man. I don't mind telling you now that I was the one who sent you your bottle to sea. I've another to be tossed out for the next curious soul. Will you do the honour? And is our boat going to be back at the dock? There we go. And that's one playthrough. So I am curious how many different playthroughs there are. But this has been Burly Men at Sea, as I say, by Brain&Brain. I think it's one of those kind of quaint little kind of cheap experience type games. Not cheap as in, cheap and nasty. As cheap as in inexpensive. I think it's like £7. So that's what, about $10, something like that. And it is quite cute. It does strike me as one that might be good to kind of play with young children. It's like a bedtime story type thing. It's got all this kind of folksy tale type thing. So there you go, A Quiet Adventure by Brain&Brain. And if you enjoyed that, obviously you know what to do. You can give us a like. Oh, we can control. Can we chuck the bottle out? Is that what we can do? No? Okay. This guy's still playing his flute. Yeah, so if you like the video, do like the video. It does help us out. Is he going to say anything else? The old fella tells me you found what we're looking for, he says, lowering his flute for a moment. Better make a good song. We've lost a brother. Yeah. Anyway, if you want to see more videos, more first impressions like this, why not hit that subscribe button and see all the good stuff we put out here on the channel. And if you want to get in touch, you can do in the comments below, or maybe head on over to any of our social media pages at the Kilobits, where you can chat with us on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, wherever you want to go. And if you want to maybe help continue supporting the channel, obviously you can do stuff like, sharing the videos with your friends. That does really help because it gets our name out there. But if you want to maybe chuck us a couple of dollars, help us continue creating content, why not head over to Patreon at patreon.com/the Kilobits. I've been John, this has been Burly Men at Sea, and I will catch you next time. Bye!